Hi everyone, it's Bren here and welcome back to this week's garden update. And hello to those of you who are new to my channel. I noticed I had a few new subscribers this week. Thank you so much for following me along on my gardening journey. Well, I have been very busy out here. I've done quite a number of hours clearing out areas, potting up seedlings, all of which I'm going to share with you now. So please just sit back and relax for a few minutes and I'll show you around. I got quite a lot of work done this week. Mostly it was on the weekend. You might notice it looks a little bit different here. This is where I had the big patch of zinnias. I ended up pulling them all out and I've decided to change up this area a little bit for winter. There was a trellis that was running across here that had the New Guinea bean gourds growing on it. I removed that and I decided to put some teepees in here using the tomato stakes that I had from summertime. I just have to finish them off by threading some twine around them, and I'm going to plant some type of climbing peas along here, possibly even just some sweet peas to add a bit of vertical colour to this section. I haven't quite decided what to underplant it with yet. I have made a start putting in these chrysanthemums all along the edge with these really pretty little white flowers. And then there's a caterpillar. So if I just take a step back to give you a better idea of what I'm trying to do. So I'll have the edge, a border of these lovely white flowers all the way around to there. And I just need to think about what I'm going to put in to fill out this space. I have put some purple sprouting broccoli plants in there. I was thinking, you know, they might be good to have some edible food in this section, and then once spring comes and it gets a bit too hot, I'll let them go to flower and they might make a nice little pretty kind of second layer planting of yellow flowers, and the bees will enjoy it as well. And as well as those 3 teepees, I've also put one over here because I noticed last winter there was a bit of a gap here, and I like having areas kind of blocked off where you're not sure what's around the corner, and I'm hoping having something climb up here will block off this section, which will kind of create a bit of curiosity. Here I've got that upcycled fire pit. Remember I put some wallflowers in it last springtime, and a few weeks ago I put in these marigolds. Not quite sure if they put on much growth because the weather has started to cool down, and you know what, they really haven't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these plants out and replace them with something a bit more cold hardy, like some calendula, some yellow and orange calendula, or even some pansies as well. I'm sure some of you noticed that behind the fire pit it's a big mess. That's the pile of plants I pulled out from where I put the new teepees. I'll get that sorted out. I'm not too stressed about it at the moment. But look what else I noticed down here. A little volunteer Johnny Jump Viola has appeared from the holes in the side of this upcycled fire pit. Isn't that so cool? I love when nature surprises me like this. Well, isn't that a rare sight, seeing an airplane? You don't get to see them much anymore, do you? It's the first one I've seen in days, maybe even weeks. I have to say, I'm really enjoying autumn in the garden. It's such a nice break from the hot, long summer that we've had with all of the bushfire smoke and everything else that was going on with the water restrictions. It just feels like a new place out here, and it's definitely a great distraction from what's been happening in the world at the moment. I'm over here now at the raised garden bed area, and I have spent a lot of time in here this week doing more clearing out of beds, amending the soil, and just generally getting it ready for more plants. This area that was looking a bit weedy, I've cleared it out, amended the soil and given it a layer of sugarcane mulch. What I'm going to do now actually is I'm going to head over there and give you a bit of a look at the raised garden bed area from up in that section. Here I am standing up here in the overgrown area so we can take a look down at the raised garden beds. Still got quite a lot of work to do in here, but I have cleared out quite a lot of the beds now, which I'm pleased with. I feel like I'm kind of starting to get there. Over here you can see that's my passion fruit vine. I think I put it in about a year ago and it has grown fantastically. So what I need to do now is fix up the archway that kind of broke on me over summer and get it climbing a bit better over that. Yeah, but it's getting there. Oh, and look at that big patch of Mexican sunflowers, just so beautiful. Got my compost bin, and over here at the back corner there, that's another compost pile. And you can see behind there, I've just been dumping all the plants and my tomato plants, whatever's been in here behind that bed. I'll sort that out later. I'm just trying to prioritize everything at the moment. Getting the beds cleared is the most important thing, and getting the plants in before it gets too cold. Here's one of my areas where I have seeds germinating. We've had a few kind of semi-warm days, which has really helped this week. So I see a lot of little babies popping up. In here I've got some cornflowers, some Alyssum, calendula, pink surprise, status mixed, corn cockles, clary sage. Here is some dwarf stock, and finally I have some larkspur. I can't see anything popping through there yet, but hopefully this time next week there'll be a few little seedlings. Here's another area where I have a lot of seedlings. So I did spend a few hours this week potting up some little teeny seedlings in this tray. There are 50 rocket seedlings, and then over here, oh, I might have shown you these before. These are the red silver beet, and on this one, in this one, I have the lacy facilia, which I popped in there, and some giant stock. And yes, I've got way too many plants, but you know, I can just give some away, it's fine, and I'd rather have more plants. I've said this a few times before, but being an organic gardener, you know, I'm always getting things eaten by garden pests. I don't use any chemical sprays, so what I do is I just plant more than what I need to replace the ones that do get eaten by garden pests. I'm finishing off today out here in the front garden, where I have some more chrysanthemums that are starting to open. I've shown you the white and the pink ones that are starting to flower, but here are the yellow ones. Thanks so much for watching this week's garden update, everyone. I hope you have a safe week, and I'll catch you all again next Friday.